Hello everyone, this is Achaia, Achaia, and this is a 1v1 game that I just recently played on Metalopolis. And actually something kind of funny, I need to send Blizz a message about this still, but last night when I logged on to BattleNet 2.0 to start playing some SE2, I got an error message saying you can't log in as player null.null, and then all of my rankings were taken away. So it was almost like they did a database refresh, but it was only for me. None of my buddies had the same issue. So I am currently going through all my placement matches again and everything, and I didn't find out exactly what league this guy I'm playing against in this game is, but it was a pretty exciting game, so I thought I would go ahead and upload the shoutcast of this game so that you guys could check it out. But it is a PvZ on Metalopolis, and Metalopolis is actually a pretty fun 1v1 map, I found. It is designed for 4 people, so you can play 2v2s on it as well, which is a lot of fun. But there are some pretty cool features about this map that I like a lot. And anyways, my Protoss enemy here is going to be Necator or Necator. I don't know exactly how you would say that. It almost sounds like Spanish or something. But anyways, this guy is going to be spawning in the 12 o'clock position. I am, of course, in the 3 o'clock position over here as the blue Zerg. And I have been playing random recently too, but I have been getting Zerg every time. So I have not seen Protoss or Terran come up yet in my race selection. And this was actually placement match number 4 of 5, so I need to get one more before I get placed back into a league. So far, fingers crossed, I'm 4-0, so I got to get one more win, and I should be able to make it back into the Platinum League. If not, though, that's okay. I'll be in Gold, and I'll work my way back up. But anyways, my Protoss opponent here is going for an early, or not early gateway, rather, but pretty standard timing, it seems like. He does have about 16 probes right now, and looking at the unit overlay here, you can see that I've only got 14 drones. And now I've decided to go for a slightly earlier spawning pool. Typically in Zerg versus Protoss, I see a lot of people starting to go with the early hatchery build where you'll get a hatchery on 14 or 15 and then a spawning pool after that. This game I opted to go with the speedling build that I've used in a lot of my videos. I do like to open with that and get some early pressure on, and sometimes that's actually even enough to win the game if you can catch your opponent off guard. And as you can see, he has not scouted me, so he is unaware of which location I'm at or even what my tech looks like. At this point, I have not scouted his base thoroughly because I only am aware of where his location is at. As soon as my overlord saw the buildings, I tried to back it off so he could not see what direction it was coming from. So I am relatively in the dark as to what he's doing, but I do know where he is, and he does not yet know where I am, although it looks like he is sending a probe out, and that probe is set to go straight to my main base. So he is going to find me with his first attempt, and a couple links coming out right now, and the speedling upgrade is researching already. So these Zerglings going to get down here and take out this probe before it gets a whole lot of scouting in. Attacking, although the probe looks like makes it up the ramp, the queen there to clean it up. And it looks like he didn't really get a whole lot of scouting information right there. If we take a look, yeah, all you can see is that he saw some of the creep on the edge there. He did not get a spot to see that my hatchery is upgrading into a lair or see where my spawning pool is, or even if I had a roach warren or anything. So he is pretty in the dark right now as to what is going on. Although on the same token, I am pretty in the dark as to what he has going on right now because I am trying to get these speedlings out. And it looks like this speedling upgrade is about done, and my last set of Zerglings coming out right now, so those should be heading out over to the Protoss player Necator's base momentarily here in the hatchery, about halfway through upgrading into a lair. Meanwhile, Necator has thrown down a third gateway here and has 3 zealots currently, and it looks like he is building more, another one popping out right there, and he actually is getting a Stargate. And these Zerglings going to focus fire down one of these zealots here, it looks like. One gets trapped and the other one's going to run back up the ramp. So first casualty going to Necator as far as our armies go. And these Zerglings, again, as I mentioned, I really like to just run them by the zealot line if they don't have a hard wall off, because I can just take out some probes here. You can see 4 probes going down there pretty quickly. Another one going down right there. And if we look at the drone count here versus the probe count, I am now ahead 3 drones more than his 21 now. And if we look at the income tab here too, you can see that I've also got a very large lead on the income currently because a lot of his probes have had to be pulled off of their mineral lines temporarily. And of course, with him losing some of those probes, rather, that is also slowing down his income because he doesn't have as many probes being resources in. And trying to kite these Zerglings around to get a little bit more damage in possibly, or even take out a few more probes if the opportunity arises. And it looks like an early starport from from Necator as well. And going to focus fire down this one pylon, and there are more speedlings on the way up into the base, another 10 it looks like, and these two zealots are going to come around and try to defend against these zerglings, although they're going to get quickly surrounded with the reinforcements arriving, and these two zealots are going to go down pretty quickly. A nullifier now, or I'm sorry, a sentry, it is no longer called the nullifier, it is a sentry, coming out and going to force these zerglings to back off and go to the mineral line again a little bit here. Trying to get some more probe kills, nothing as of yet, and there is a void ray building in the Stargate for Necator right now. Luckily, the layer is already done, and there is a spire going down. So between the fire of my queen and if I can get a few mutalisks out here, I should be able to deal with that. And it looks like a Hydralisk Den going down for me as well. So getting some anti-air to deal with this early void ray. Looks like the void ray is just finishing, although he's not sending it over just yet. Which may be an issue for him because my spire is just now finishing, so he could get in some serious damage, or at the very least snipe my queen before I'm able to defend against it. And it looks like he is just now sending it over. And of course the spire is finished now, so building some mutalisks, as you can see on the production overlay here. We do have two mutalisks building, Hydralisk Den just finishing as well, so of course some Hydralisk building as well. So and he is going to bring this void ray in just to find that I only have the queen to defend against it right now. For some reason, folks firing on one of my overlords, and here comes a couple mutalisks to defend against it as well. He's going to have to back that off, but these mutalisks are quicker than the void ray, so they may be able to take this void ray out before it's able to get safely back to its base. And he does have one stalker here, although for some reason not bringing those up to help defend this void ray. He does have another stalker over here as well, and they are going to come over and try to take out these mutalisks. Of course, the mutalisks, having done their job of taking out the void ray, backing off. Another void ray is out for Necator right now, and it looks like he's getting a forge so he can throw down some cannons and start researching some upgrades. Meanwhile, his ramp is now, although it's not a firm block off, he does have 5 zealots here, so even if I were to run some zerglings by there, he would be able to do a significant amount of damage to those zerglings before they were able to get some serious shots in. And going back to my base here now, we do have an expansion going down. No drones just mining yet, although trying to macro up some drones right now, and then going to be building a queen here shortly, I would imagine. Yeah, there we go, just starting right now. And also throwing up a few spore colonies on the back of the mineral line here, just in case he tries to get cute with that void ray. Of course, void rays are not quite as strong when you've got a few spore crawlers firing against them, because they don't have the time to just sit and build up their attack, so they do not get to that more powerful attack before the spore crawlers can actually do some serious damage to them. And trying to get together a little bit of a Zerg Muta Hydra army right now, which is actually going to be pretty solid against these zealots and stalkers, although if he continues to put more void rays in, he does have one, he's building another one right now, there is going to be the need for more anti-air, and as you can see now, a total of 5 mutalisks for me. And at this point, trying to macro up more of an econ game, since I do have a decent sized army, I feel confident at this point that I can take on what he's going to throw at me, since I slowed him down a decent amount with my zerglings. I think that at this point my mindset is that if I can get my second base going, or my second base, my first expansion here, going solid before he expands, then I will be in pretty good shape here, since I got a little bit of an advantage on that first attack. And it looks like Necator is going to move out here. Actually just stopping up short at the front of his base, just defending, I guess. And I do have one Zergling out at his natural expansion to see when he tries to expand. And yeah, it looks like he is going to move out here and kill this Zergling and start to put down his expansion. So I am aware at this point that he's putting this expansion down, although at this point I am starting to mine my expansion pretty thoroughly. And it looks like he's actually going to move out and do a little bit of an attack here. This is a decent sized Protoss army, and if he uses force field well, the amount of Zerglings that I have could be negated pretty quickly, because those ranged units obviously can take a lot of shots on those Zerglings before they can get around the force field, although he does have some Zealots for the front line. And it looks like he's going to pick off the Overlord that I have spotting over the cliff here, so at this point I am aware that he's coming out to attack and bringing the army around here and quickly trying to macro up some more units. You can see, of course, I got supply blocked like a noob because he killed my Overlord and killed the little bit of extra supply that I did have. So trying to get some stuff out right now, although at this point I don't think this is going to be enough to deal with this army that he has. Taking down a few of these Stalkers pretty quickly with the help of these Zerglings, because the speed Zerglings just take down Stalkers so fast. Although this Guardian Shield is absolutely crucial in defending against the aerial attack of the Mulus, because it obviously reduces the amount of damage that they do pretty heavily. Losing the queen here at the natural expansion, so my natural is in a lot of trouble at this point, and it looks like I'm going to lose a decent amount of my drones since I do not have a large enough army at this point to defend against this. Trying to get a few more Zerglings out right now. You can see also building 5 more Hydralisks.